Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tag video. I was actually tagged by Rob over at Rob's Movie Collection. But also I wanted to do a sort of different intro. I wanted to pay my respects to a fellow Bluetuber who passed away recently. If you're quite active in the community, you'll probably know who it is. It's Paul over at Buckaroobanzai. I'm not going to talk a lot about this because I'm generally not very good and not very comfortable, sort of saying farewells to sort of people, especially on camera. But if you do want to check out or have some more information, I'll leave the link down to Paul's channel, Buckaroobanzai, below, and also a link to a video that was filmed by Leo over at Legion of Doom, who goes into a bit more detail and explains, a bit more about the situation. But I just sort of wanted to say that he would be sorely missed, and he was a guy that I talked to very regularly via email, as well as obviously commenting on each other's channels. And we had what I would sort of consider as a friendship outside of YouTube, because we spoke a lot, and not only about movies, a lot of other different things. And I was really sort of just sad to hear of his passing, especially as it was so sudden and unexpected. And I just wanted to say a few words, on YouTube, so that people sort of knew that it happened, and also that my thoughts with his family, and of course with any friends or other YouTubers that have had the pleasure to know him and interact with him. And that's it. So yeah, farewell Paul, and thanks for all the good moments we had together, as well as all your support on my channel. As I said before, you'll be sorely missed, and I hope his family don't take down his channel, because I will probably go and sort of revisit his channel and watch some of his videos in the future, so he won't be forgotten. So there you go. Goodbye Paul, and thanks for everything. Okay, so now into the tag video. Rob over at Rob's Movie Collection tagged me for the director's tag. He did tag me, I think, about 3 weeks ago, but as you can probably tell by sort of the content recently on my channel, I haven't been that active. Been really busy with the end of year exams in my academy. People have been sort of preparing for the exams at the end of June and end of July, so I've been really busy. But I did want to get this video in, because when people tag me, I do want to do the tag. I don't want to sort of let a lot of time go past. So I'll leave the link down to his channel below if you want to go and check out his video and obviously his channel. And thanks so much, Rob, for tagging me. And this tag was actually a joy to do, because normally when people tag me, it takes me ages to sort of prepare the movies I want to talk about. But if you follow my channel, you know that on my my movie shelves, I organise them in a specific way, which is alphabetically, but by director. And as the list was talking about sort of 10 movies from 10 directors that I really like, it was really simple just to find them on the shelf, because I know which directors have a lot of movies in my collection and which ones are my favourite. So there you go. So what I did, these aren't actually my 10 favourite directors. I don't think the tag has asked for that at all. It's just 10 directors in general. So what I did, I went through my through my sort of movie collection, and I saw all of the directors that I have the most movies from, and of those directors I chose my favourite. Okay, so these aren't, I repeat, my favourite directors. I have a lot of other directors I really like, but maybe I've only got 2 or 3 of their films, and these are from directors that maybe I've got 6, 7, 8 or even more movies of. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is Tim Burton. I've got lots of his movies, and the one my favourite by Tim Burton is Sleepy Hollow. And I do like Nightmare Before Christmas, but actually, I don't know if people know this, but he wasn't actually the director of that. So I think it was Henry Selick. So I didn't choose that, otherwise I would have done. But I've chosen Sleepy Hollow, which stars Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci here. If you've seen it, a great sort of horror, dark comedy, and one that I've watched many times. I saw it in the cinema, actually, really enjoyed it. What I most like about this is the dark comedy in it. And yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail with the movies, but this is one that I've seen many times, and it never gets boring. It's quite scary at times, funny at times as well, and overall a thoroughly enjoyable movie. So that's Sleepy Hollow. Okay, next one. Quentin Tarantino. Of course, I had to have a movie from him, and it's my favourite movie from him of all time, which is Django Unchained. I know there are a lot of great movies that he's done. I've enjoyed all of them. I know a lot of people sort of would choose Pulp Fiction, but I'm more of the sort of a new generation of Tarantino lovers. I do enjoy Pulp Fiction, I do have it, but I like his recent movies, The Hateful Eight and Inglourious Basterds and Django Unchained. Django Unchained for me is just so gritty, so violent, so bloody, so action-packed, and all the actors you know, give it 100%, and it's one of these movies I can watch over and over again, and it's a long movie, and I never get bored. Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing in it. Samuel Jackson is always amazing. Christopher Waltz, absolutely amazing. Such a great story, such great plot, and yeah, dialogue as always is absolutely amazing. Great movie. That's Django Unchained. Okay, Spielberg. This one was an easy one for me, and it's one I don't even own on Blu-ray, which is shameful. It's Saving Private Ryan, and this is probably the war film that I've seen the most, and the one that I sort of recommend to anyone who's not sort of hugely into movies. If they ask me to watch a war movie, I always say Saving Private Ryan. The first opening scene blows you away every time. It doesn't matter if you've seen it 100 times, you're glued to the screen watching the first scene. Absolutely amazing. Of course, Tom Hanks knocks it out of the park, and one of the, you know, I read a lot of history books, especially about the First and Second World War, and this movie is something that, well, the only thing that really comes close to what I've read in the books. I like reading a lot of autobiographies of people that have actually been there and what happened, and this is very, very close. So yeah, absolutely amazing film, epic. Okay, Scorsese. Now Scorsese, I'm going to go with my favourite Scorsese movie, of course, and people probably wouldn't agree with me, but I'm going to go for Gangs of New York. Once again, like Django Unchained, it's so gritty, so violent, so bloody, and it's absolutely amazing. The soundtrack for this it blew me away. Leonardo DiCaprio once again. Cameron Diaz, I'm not a fan of her, but in this movie I enjoyed it. It's probably the only movie I like her in. And of course, Daniel Day-Lewis, my favourite actor. So yeah, Gangs of New York. The first time I saw it, it really shocked me. It was really strange. I didn't even know what was really happening. I saw it in the cinema. I was actually with a girlfriend, and we were looking at each other saying, what's going on here? Because it was so violent and things didn't make sense. And the first scene, it was just people biting off ears and chopping off fingers and stabbing each other. And it was just very, very strange. And then I saw it a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Absolutely love it. This is one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. That's Gangs of New York. Okay, M. Night Shyamalan. I think I've got all of his movies. I am a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan. But his first movies were, of course, the best. And I know you're thinking I'm going to go with Sixth Sense because everyone does, but I'm not. I'm going to go with Signs. This is actually in Spanish, it's Señales. But it's Signs. This is a movie that really, really shocked me, but in a good way. There were so many scenes in it that sort of scared me, but the same way, you know, really made me, I don't know, really shocked me in a good way. And it's just so well done. There's so many scenes in this I could sort of talk about. It's also got great comedy in it. The storyline is really good from start to finish. The child actors do it really, really well. And Joaquin Phoenix, who's my favourite actor of mine, knocks out the park. So yeah, Signs. I know a lot of people have seen The Sixth Sense, but I don't know if as many people have seen Signs. So if you haven't, check it out. Okay, Ron Howard. This was an easy one for me and one I've spoken a lot about, so I'm not going to go over it again. It's Rush. It's a story of two Formula One drivers and how they fight it out during a sort of a season of Formula One, the ups and downs, and you know, the relationship they have, the good side, the bad side, and everything. Absolutely amazing. I'm a huge fan of Formula One, and this comes really, really close to the real thing. And it's great to be able to watch two amazing actors, you know, battling out on the big screen in Formula One cars. So an amazing movie. That's Rush. Okay, I'm going to go with Eastwood first. Right, once again, Eastwood, there's a lot of movies that he's done. My favourite is one that people are going to sort of be shocked by. It's Jersey Boys. It's a film about the Four Seasons, I think, is the Four Seasons. It's the name of the band. And, you know, from when they sort of weren't famous until they got really famous, and, you know, what happened during their lives. And it's just a sort of great autobiographical movie about a music group. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I know a lot of people like Clint Eastwood, but they would never even consider choosing this. I love it. It's Jersey Boys. Okay. Next one, the Coen Brothers. I own, I think, all of their movies. And once again, it's going to be a movie that people aren't expecting. It's Burn After Reading. And this is an absolutely amazing film. All of the actors in it, their characters are so extreme, so over the top, but it goes so well together. Brad Pitt is absolutely amazing in this. And yeah, if you haven't seen Burn After Reading, I can't really explain what it's about because it's so strange, just like most Coen Brother movies. But definitely give it a watch. And if you like the Coen Brothers and this sort of strange, you know, chemistry between characters on screen that doesn't make much sense, but at the end of the film it all comes together, you'll absolutely love it. It's Burn After Reading. And just to see Brad Pitt in this is so good. Burn After Reading. Okay, John Carpenter. Once again, I think I've got all of his movies, and I'm going to go for one that most people wouldn't choose. They probably choose The Thing or Big Trouble in Little China. I'm going to go for Assault on Precinct 13. And I have to admit, I didn't see this movie until about 3 or 4 years ago. Basically because I'd never seen it on TV or anything. I'd never had it on VHS or DVD. And I decided to pick it up on Blu-ray when I was going through a bit of sort of phase of John Carpenter's. I absolutely loved it. It's a very simple film, very short film. There's not much to it. It's just about, obviously, an assault on a police precinct. And that's it. But it's so interesting. You're glued to the screen the whole time. The soundtrack is amazing. It's just amazing. Amazing movie. And I think that this is definitely his best movie out there. And if you see the extras, because this comes with a lot of extras, you know, he did it on a very, very low budget, you know, very short time limit. I think the soundtrack, he actually did it himself with a couple of people in the music studio in one day because they were so short for time. An amazing movie. You know, how many movies can you do that are this good in such short time with such short money? Never happens. So yeah, John Carpenter is a master, and Assault on Precinct 13 is one of his best. Okay, the last one I'm going to go for is Joe Dante. Now, Joe Dante, a lot of young people around my age, they're not really a fan of his because they didn't grow up on his movies. I was sort of right at the end of, you know, when sort of people were starting to watch his movies. Of course, I'm going to choose Gremlins, which is the most famous one, but I did really enjoy When I Was Young, which is the movie that I remember when I was young, was Small Soldiers. I do have it there. I was thinking about choosing it, but I went with Gremlins because for me, Gremlins is one that's always stayed with me since I've seen it the first time. Really scary movie. But once again, some sort of dark comedy in there, and it's also a Christmas movie, and it all just comes together for an amazing sort of movie experience. I do enjoy the second one, which I think is also directed by Joe Dante, I think. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's the style has changed a bit, and I know a lot of people are fans of the second movie, but I don't enjoy it half as much as the first one, which is one that I watch every Christmas. And you know, who doesn't love the story of Gremlins and Gizmo? So there you go. Those are the 10 sort of movies by 10 directors. So there's the directors that I've got most movies of in my collection. As I said, they're not my favourite directors. Of course, some of them are my favourite, but not the 10 favourite. Rob, hopefully you enjoyed this tag. Thanks very much for tagging me. And as always, I don't tag anyone in particular because I don't want to put pressure on anyone. I tag everyone, anyone who's interested in doing this tag, doing a response video. Please do it. Tell them that I tagged you. That would be great. And I would love to see sort of 10 amazing movies from 10 of your most liked directors. So there you go, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.